Hello and welcome to FITSMITH. Today I'd like to show you some of the exercises I do on the days that I do not do cardio. The way I typically do exercises is I do cardio and strength on one day, and then Pilates and yoga on the alternating day. This has worked for me for many decades, so it makes me feel the best. So that's the way I'm going to show it to you. I would have already stretched at this point, so I'm going to just show you some floor abdominals. The first one is very simple. You simply have your pelvis tucked. You come up as far as is comfortable so that you can keep your head in a very comfortable, because we're not going to hold the head with the hands this way. We're going to hold the whole body upright. So you're tucking your pelvis, which again means you're pressing your lower back into the floor, and I use a stopwatch, as you know, for a minute. You simply put your hands out in front of you and gently pulse. So this is all, if you put your hand on your stomach, you can feel it's basically the whole center of your stomach that's doing most of this work. So there's really no release. You're just continuing to pulse. You also do feel this a little bit on your obliques, because your obliques are engaged in holding yourself upright this way. And if you need a break during the minute, you can simply just hold onto the back of your thighs and give yourself a break. Otherwise, your hands are not too high up. They can be down like this or up to where your knees are. And that's a minute. And I would just then stretch in between the next exercise, which I'll show you the setup of. Just reset my stopwatch. Okay. So my right leg is up in the air. My left leg is down on the ground. I'm going to pull my torso up and tuck my pelvis, so that my lower back is pressed into the floor. And what I'm going to do is release my arms and pulse. Now, if it's not possible for you to keep your lower back pressed to the floor with your legs in this type of position, you can raise this leg up a little bit. And if it's fine with your back to be in this position, you could actually lower this leg down a little bit. I'm going to keep it up so that I can speak. And then your arms, the same thing. You can keep your arms low down like this, or the higher up you move your arms, the more difficult it is to keep your lower back pressed to the floor. And again, I'm just pulsing. And if you need a break on this one, both arms can hold. And the reason you're not completely coming down during the break is that your body is still active and working, even though you're giving yourself a break and you're still in position. So when you're ready to go back, it's not getting right back into the position again. So it's the difference between, I'll show it to you on this side. So I'm setting myself up. Now again, I'm pulsing. It's the exact same thing, except now my left leg is in the air and my right leg is stretched out in front of me. If I took a break where I completely got out of this, it's a lot of work to get back into it. So if you give yourself a break like this, your arms are working, you're still working a little bit, but you are giving your stomach a break. In this, your quad of the leg stretched out in front of you is also getting a break, is also working. And you'll notice that the leg that's stretched straight out on that side, the oblique, is getting more work. And don't underestimate this. It's like an isometric hold, but even more intense because you're pulsing. That's the other aspect of it, is when you do something like this, it is definitely giving you a workout in both directions, and it's great for your neck. But when you just hold here, you're really not getting any break. It's similar to doing this, which is an isometric hold, but it's almost more challenging, I feel. Okay, and the last one I'm going to show you of this is both legs are up. Just so that your lower back can be still pressed to the floor. Same thing. Same thing as far as where your back is. Now, if this is too intense, you can lower your arms, or you can raise your legs. You don't want to be doing this so that your lower back starts coming up off the floor, though. Once that starts happening, you're not exercising properly. You could hurt yourself, which we definitely do not want. And I set this for a minute as well. On all of this work, I point my toes. You can flex, but for me it feels more natural to point. Just like in a sense you're pointing your wrists as well instead of flexing your wrists. That's the way I think of it. And that was a minute. Now to stretch, I just come up into a very gentle cobra. Breathing deeply. These are also great to do in between circuits, if you're doing lunge circuits. You can do these also. Alright, I'm stretching my lower back now. Okay, thank you. I will see you very soon, I hope, and thank you for watching. You can find me on Facebook, like FITSMITH, and you can see more of my exercise videos and health tips. Thank you so much for joining me, and be well.